morning, guys. But I'm 42 here, making a vlog on the Duke after a long time. And today I'm just out for a ride. I want to make it a long ride, but I'm not very sure yet. I'll just not commit on anything. There's no real topic today. It's just, this and that, general updates about the bikes, about life, about riding, and everything in between. So the GoPro has been giving me a lot of trouble, It just stops working sometimes. I mean, even now, I turned it on, I tried recording, it would record for a second or two and it would stop recording or it would crash, restart, I mean, before I got the GoPro, I had heard of such things from a lot of people, a lot of vloggers. I didn't really think there were big problems until I started facing them myself. And yeah, that can be a big problem because when you're riding especially, it's very hard to tell because you can't really see your camera. It's very hard to tell whether it's recording or not. And if it just stops recording, it would normally give you those beeps, but when you're riding fast, you can't hear those beeps easily. But yeah, when you talk about the video quality, even the audio quality for that matter, it's really great. I mean, I don't know what else to get that would be reliable and give you similar quality. Yeah, there are a lot of brands now, some good ones too, but I didn't really think of doing a lot of research, and even then it's a matter of taking the chance on it. It may not turn out to be that good. I even got that GoPro remote for that matter, so that I could mount it on the handlebars and I could see the status from there, and also control it from there, because the GoPro buttons are not that easy to operate with gloves on. You can't really tell if you've pressed them. But the remote, that had its own set of problems. Sometimes it would not connect, it would not pair, and you would have to clear all the pairings from the camera and the remote. A lot of hassle. And on top of it all, the battery only lasts around 2 hours. So on long rides, again, that's no good. And talking about problems, the other problem I'm facing today is with these gloves. They're good gloves, leather gloves, gauntlet gloves. I was telling my wife some time back that I was really looking for gauntlet gloves, because the gloves I have I mean, the other gloves that I have, they don't protect the wrist area. And overall, they're not very protective, you know. I would say they're good for city use, not really for high-speed riding. But even then, I have been using those as my only gloves for quite a long time. So my wife gifted me these full leather gauntlet gloves. But the problem is they're not very comfortable. I think they just need to be broken in, you know, being leather. But the only thing is, every time I wear them, they get so uncomfortable that I either, you know, don't ride long enough, I turn back, or I just avoid wearing them. So they're not getting broken in, and also probably my hands need to get used to them. Oh, that came up pretty unexpectedly. So when today, when I started in the morning, they were quite uncomfortable. My right hand was hurting, you know, because that's where you need to hold the throttle a bit tightly. This Duke, you know, the 390 Duke, the old version, the throttle is a bit twitchy, a bit sensitive on the lower range. So especially when you're riding in the city roads, you have to really control it very, in a very fine manner, I would say. So yeah, I was having some trouble. And also, a couple of days back, I put some leather conditioner on the gloves to soften up the leather, and that worked, but they've also become a little slippery. And I knew that happens. Look at that video up there, if you want to know how I know. But I didn't think that would be so much of a problem with gloves, because the grips are themselves not slippery, you know, they are kind of, they have those ridges and spikes on them. But yeah, it was making me hold on to them a little more tightly for that reason. Right now though, the pain and discomfort has reduced quite a bit. So, you know, guess that's what it's all about. I just need to get used to them. I am carrying the other set of gloves too, because I don't want to make this the reason I turn back early. You know, this 390 Duke is a lot of fun on the highways, because the 6th gear is very tall. It lets you cruise very comfortably at around 120 or so. I'm doing 120 and around 6,600 RPM or so. Yeah, a little on the higher side, but for this engine, that's kind of smooth, you know. But on the other hand, in the city, it's not much fun because you have to keep the revs up. At lower revs, the torque is kind of lacking, so I generally have a habit of not being in the higher revs unless I need to. That is, you know, when I'm going fast. I think that's improved considerably on the newer Dukes and the the adventure, because I have the throttle by wire, so they can program it differently, and they can't program it. Here there's no programming, it's just mechanical. So what else is new? I've started working on the trip videos, from our epic trip, that's what I call it. Because I know it's not that long, around 1700 kilometers, over almost 3 weeks. That's not very long. A lot of people do much longer trips, but for me, it's kind of long because normally I wouldn't get so much time, and I'm not the kind who does, long marathon rides, like Iron Butt or anything like that. I like riding sensible distances where I don't get too tired and fatigued, where it can get dangerous on Indian roads, and I want to relax and enjoy, so I keep my distances moderate. So for me, this one was quite long, and it was only possible because I'm not working right now. So I'm doing those videos, taking a lot of effort, I'm trying to release one every week, and one video is usually just for a day, just covering a day from that trip. In some cases it would cover more than one day where, not much has happened in a day. And we have had quite a lot of idle time too, because it was kind of a vacation after all, so you don't want to be riding every day and out seeing sights every day. So that's coming along, but I think at this rate it will take a couple of months at least before I finish all of them. This is India, guys. You can't trust people to drive sensible speeds around bends, so they put these speed breakers on. So how are the bikes doing? Yeah, they're doing quite good. The Interceptor is done around just over 8,000 kilometers on the Odo. The last trip itself was 1,700 kilometers. Shortly before that, at 6,000, I did an oil change by myself, and Yeah, it's doing good. So that 6,000 kilometers oil change, that was the first one after the running in oil change at around 500 kilometers. And the Duke, yeah, I've done a few minor changes or modifications to it recently. As most of you know, the Indian Dukes, they come with some minor engine guards or crash guards from the factory. So yeah, those crash guards, they're better than nothing, but they are not very good either, especially for repeated falls. And as those of you who watch my videos regularly, you would know that I have been using the Duke to teach my wife to ride, and she has dropped the bike a few times, all mostly low speed drops, or mostly actually drops from a standstill where her foot slipped. But yeah, the left side crash bar, that had taken a few falls, and the screw, the lower mounting screw, had broken. So I got that replaced, and I didn't replace it with the same thing, you know, the factory model. I replaced it with an improved one. And these are similar to the KTM Power Parts model that mounts on 3 points on each side instead of just 2, you know. But these are not the Power Parts model. These are from an Indian small-scale manufacturer, and quite a bit cheaper than the Power Parts Model 2. Quality-wise, yeah, the paint quality isn't that great. It's just, you know, spray painted orange to match your orange bike frame.
But other than that, it's quite good. Definitely better protection than those frame sliders that just mount onto 1 or 2 points on the frame.
Oh my, what the hell happened here? Jeez, that's serious. Looks like the occupants are already out. But wow. And I think we are in the town of Chintamani right now. And there's a temple up there on top of that hill. I didn't know about that either. Looks nice. So I'm trying out this new route that Google suggested. heading from Devanahalli towards Hoskote. I know the normal route, but I never tried this one. This one seems to be going closer to the airport. I can see the construction equipment over there to the right. I think that must be for the new terminal or something they are constructing at the airport. Yeah, I can see some aircraft as well. Now we are back on the usual familiar route. Even from here, the view of the airport seems to have improved. Not sure, it's been a long time since I went on this route. The road condition is definitely worse than before. Alright guys, so that was pretty much all. From here on it's just heading towards home. So I hope you enjoyed the ride. Yeah, this is pretty much what I had planned. I was able to do all of it. I don't know exactly how far it was. I think 200 and something kilometers. Yeah, not that far. But recently there have been more restrictions at the state borders, so I didn't want to take a chance and head out of the state. So within the state, if you have to avoid city traffic and all, I only have a few choices, unless I want to head out on one road and come back on the same route. And that's something I don't prefer doing. I prefer making a circuitous route, So if you're interested in exactly what I did today, I headed out to Mulbagal, further east of Kolar, and from there I took NH69, which kind of heads in a northwesterly direction towards Chintamani and then on to Chikballapur. And from Chikballapur I took the highway down towards Bangalore till Devanahalli, and from there I'm taking this road back towards Hoskote or Whitefield. What's this? Gale gas. That's a pretty big gas station. I mean, literally gas, not gasoline. But methane, natural gas. It's still not very common, at least in Bangalore, for vehicles to use natural gas, except for commercial vehicles. Most of the auto rickshaws, the three-wheelers, they run on gas. But I don't know about these goods carriers. Only the passenger ones do, I think. Most private vehicles are still either petrol or diesel. So that was a pretty big gas station out here, outside the city. Yeah, I wonder why. So alright guys, catch you on the next one. World 42 signing off. Bye bye.